To very simply explain this, you and I both have a maximal effort deadlift that we can perform in a training setting, right? Where if I was able to, foam roll and prime and I could ascend my weights properly, I could get up to a relative max. And then if I had slept well and ate well and I felt really good that day, maybe I could hit an all-time record and I deadlift X amount of weight, right? Now let's say I'm walking down the street and I see a trash can, a heavy trash can's fallen on someone. I need to pick it up. I don't have time to warm up. I might be tired. I don't know what I ate that day. And in an instant, I have to perform a high stress, max effort movement with the end goal of saving someone. What happens in the moment from when my eyes recognize the situation to me running over there as fast as I can and lifting it? That's going to be a muscle memory action. That will be all the years of training and all the different stuff that I did and all the max effort things in hopes that I might be strong enough in this one moment to actually perform what I'm supposed to do. But I'm sure as hell not going to walk over there, lay on the ground, foam roll for a little bit, stretch, lift up a lighter trash can, breathe a little bit, feel things out, brace, and then do it. It's not it. And I think with martial arts interaction, it's the same thing. You train jiu-jitsu as much as you can. You train striking as much as you can. You train stand-up. Maybe you learn about situational awareness and like retention and these kind of things. And then the one situation that you actually deal with in your life happens to be all those things bound up together, and it's how are you going to respond based on what you know. And you don't really have the luxury of thinking about that before you do it.
Sure.
And that's where all of these things become so valuable.
Sure.
to just practice them.
Sure. And that's another thing that I don't like in this self-defense community, when they tell you, oh, because the scenario that me and you discuss is this, it's a waste of time to practice your jiu-jitsu, your boxing, and this and that. You learning this couple of moves. You don't need to be fit to defend yourself. That's bullshit. You better be fit. Right. You better be fit because you know how much you last in a role, in a very social environment, in a nice gym with a nice tatami. You last nothing when you're rolling with someone at the beginning if you have no condition. And even if you are conditioned, maybe you do 12-round boxing, the time that you go on the ground the first time, the tension that you create, that's now in second, right? So you better know different environment to control your breathing, your emotion, but it's better that you control your fitness as well, because you can't tell me this bullshit that you don't need to be fit to fight for your life. That's not true.
Yeah, I exactly. I disagree wholeheartedly because anyone the difference in scale from a day training on the mats to competing to competition training, those are three very different things. And when you go in and you're the average person just rolling, it's hard and it's going to challenge you cardiovascularly. When you add adrenaline, that strips you of your cardiovascular endurance. And then when you make it anaerobic, how long can you last? How long can each individual person go as hard as they possibly can repeatedly over and over? Not mad. I mean, most people gas out in a minute, right? So now you're asking, how are you going to respond in a situation you don't understand with mechanics that you have hopefully hardened over time, and now you're unfit? Good luck.
Right. And then think about if you make it to run away, how far you can run. Your heart rate will be already like peer because you're scared and you're running away.
Dude.
If you gas out in 50 minutes, then the guy is going to reach, and now you are even more fatigued. You're going to have no response.
This is
you're going to have
extremely
the movie things that you cannot put the keys in your, into the shift to start the car because you are shaking, because you can't control fine motor skill anymore, because you are so exhausted and so afraid at the same time.
Yeah, this is extremely sensitive situation, and what happened in Maui is a travesty. But for a fact that there were people that were trying to run as hard as they could to the water. You know what I mean? Like, in a situation where you really need it, you don't get to decide what your conditioning level is. You get to have your conditioning level based on what you do in your day-to-day life. And I never wish that experience on any person in the world ever. But in the event that anything happened where you actually needed to mobilize yourself quickly or those around you, I don't want to gamble that.
Right. And that's exactly, it comes back to the beginning of the discussion. What is the mindset behind what you're doing? If you tell me that you need to have one priority, right? You cannot have I have this priority. No, you have one priority. One. It's single. It's a single word in Latin. Okay? And then you can, when you fix this priority, you can have a second one. Priority. I train because I want to be protecting my family. Okay, so you need to train in a different way, because if you're training to making score and point in your jiu-jitsu, you're not going to be able to do that. Like you say, you want to train jiu-jitsu, but maybe starting from stand up, and how to avoid to be sitting on the ground, and how to try to find a solution with your jiu-jitsu that allow you to get in contact with your family and evacuate them. Then you want to have your fitness, because as I say, maybe your eyes are on fire, you want to run over there, you want to be able to pick up your kids and do a few stairs, because maybe you live in a building, and you live in, because you like the top floor, and now you live in the top floor, you cannot take the fucking elevator because there is a fire on it, okay? And the fire response doesn't come. What you waiting for? The fire response, or you try to take a shot and go to back to get your family? You're gonna try to run out. You don't have your fitness. You're gonna find yourself in a lot of trouble. You don't have the strength to lift your kids. So, and also even daily life. I want to be able to lift my kids. Be able to enjoy the time, do a play with them. So I get stronger. Like you say, I can train to becoming stronger, or I can train once I get a decent amount of strength and a decent amount of fitness. I can train consciously to keep my strength for life, for my life. So work on my mobility, work on my good conditioning in the proper way, work on my martial art in the proper way, so that now my strength, it can stay longer, my longevity stay longer, I can enjoy my life, and I feel very confident in what I can do for my family and myself. That make a game changer in my mind, that I can deal with different things, because I feel very good about me. But when you start to doubt of yourself or your ability, that is going to be your freezing, and your freezing is going to afflict your family. So don't tell that you're training for to protect your family, because you don't do anything to them. You're just doing maybe a martial art thing, but you forget